So today we will cover Ubuntu Unity. I have never used Ubuntu Unity before. I just installed it and I just played with it and to see how user friendly it is. And to be honest, if you want to check for a desktop to be how user friendly, you need to start from scratch, from a beginner, and see how you can progress. So this will talk about the help files, what they include, the software that they have, the user interface, all the utilities that needs you to make your flow more productive, etc., etc. So basically we are now in the desktop. I already installed it, and I installed, there is two options in the installer. One of them is the minimal, and one of them, the minimal doesn't include the office suite, etc., etc., and the other one, the normal one, will include these. So this is the minimal one for Ubuntu. If we look here, this is there is the panel here, and we have here this on top, the desktop. We have the first one is the Wi-Fi. Of course, we are working on a virtual machine, so this one is just enable networking. There's no Wi-Fi network points. The other one is the English. The third is the clock, and the fourth one is the help. So let us start with the about this computer. So looking about this computer, it is Unity 7.6. I included 3.1 GB for the memory, and this is 26.2. These are the default applications. You can change them. Mail is Geary, calendar is Pluma, music rhythm box, VLC, etc., etc. Removable media. And we come to the important one, which is the legal notice. So here the legal notice says searching in the dash legal notice. So of course Canonical will tell you if you search, and if you opted in this online search section below, we will also send your keystrokes to productsearch.ubuntu, and the search results from such third parties including Facebook, Twitter will know everything about your search results. Wow. And then by searching in the dash, you consent to the collection and use of your search terms and IP address in this way. Okay, great. And the storage of your search terms and IP addresses by Canonical and such selected third party. And Canonical will only use your search, thank you Canonical, in accordance with this legal notice. And another thing, it says online search. By default the dash doesn't send search to third party. You have to enable it in the privacy panel. So thank you Canonical, you did not force it on me. The other things, although these are correct, most changes are likely to be Canonical may change this legal notice from time to time. Okay, so every now and then you have to check here and see if something has changed. Of course you need to update your system in order to see it, because this one will not update automatically. And this is how to contact us. Okay, fair enough. This is about the details, but I doubt some people will read this one. Ubuntu help. Okay, so why do I need an Ubuntu help for Unity? So visual overview of GNOME. Okay, but we are using Unity here. GNOME features a user interface design, and there is the activities. There's no activities here. So this help is useless. They should have added here Unity help. Unfortunately, I went to the website for Unity. I did not find any documentation or help. So you are now in the dark. You just have to press and look for all the options by yourself. For the system settings, these are the settings that are included. I will talk about them later, but let us start first with the terminal. So as you notice here, there is no terminal here. Of course they want you to find it yourself, so you can search for it here. You press terminal and you get these two terminals. And I tried also Ctrl-Alt-T, also will launch the terminal. So you can use this one or you can use this one. So let us start with the terminal here. So the first thing we will search for is the kernel. So currently I am using Unity 2204. I did not use Unity 2210 because I believe all 2210 are just for marketing and they have only 9 months end of life. 2204 comes with 5.15 of 52. So this is the kernel. Let us look at the space, and if you notice the space, they are using around 11.65 gigabyte as storage, and this is minimal. We did not include LibreOffice, etc., etc. And this is the distribution. So we have the user 5.5, the snap is 4.5, var is 2.8, and the swap file is 2.6. So that's what we're talking about. So the snap is 4.5 gigabytes, which is too much, only for Firefox, I think, and some the GTK themes. And for the swap file is 2.6. For the user, you can see that the lib share is 3.5 and the share is 1.4. For the share, of course, there is the fonts. I like the fonts. I like the icon theme also that they are using. They are using this Yarrow theme, is very, very good. I like it. As for the libraries, of course, you have GNU and modules and the firmware. Okay, there's not much here. And as for the snap, you can check that Firefox 952 megabytes and the GTK themes, of course, and the snap store also have a big chunk. And we have also GNOME 3 available. For the var, we look at the library, and if you notice here also snapd is 2.1 gigabyte. So the snaps is taking a lot of space from this system. The other thing, let us run free, and you notice here we are using around 932 megabytes. If I press htop, there's no htop. If I press stop, and you notice here also the Compiz is using a lot of CPU and memory. Okay, so enough of the terminal, and let us look what are they have. So this is the search your computer. By pressing the super key, you can enter and search whichever you like. If you notice down here, if you press super A, let's say, if you press super A, you will go to the application. Super F, you will go to the files. If you search anything on the computer, application or setting, etc., etc., you can find them by this search tool. I really like this search tool. Let's say I want to search for the tweak tool. The important tool is the tweak tool. Tweak tool. So this is the tweak tool. Let us start first with the settings, and then we'll come back to this tweak tool. So I press setting. So looking at the setting, we have the appearance. If I press the appearance, you can check all the wallpapers that they have. But a little bit distracting, depends on your taste. For the behavior, there is an option to auto hide the launcher. This is the launcher all by together. You have an option of auto hiding the launcher. I don't like it. I tried it. It removed it completely and I couldn't get it back. So you can get it back directly with the super key if you lose the launcher. So please don't lose the launcher. There is always the super key. The other thing is enable workspaces. I don't know why they did not enable it by default, but let us enable it. So we have an icon now here. And add show desktop icon to the launcher. Yeah, why not? It's better to have a desktop shortcut icon. If you have many applications, you press it, you directly go to the desktop. So it's better these are included. I will tell you why this one was not included afterwards. So these are basically the appearance. Brightness and dock, there is no problem. The things that we will talk about is the keyboard. So we look at the keyboard and we go to the shortcuts. These are the shortcuts that are available with Unity. If you want to check all the shortcuts, you hold the super key. If I hold the super key, you will get this keyboard shortcut. So there is shortcut for the launcher, for the dash, for the HUD and menu bar, for switching, for workspaces, and for the Windows. So these, if you are stuck with the shortcuts, the default shortcuts, you can get them here when you hold down your super key. So as for the launcher, launch help browser is disabled. You can put a shortcut key for it, etc., etc. For the navigation, there is the confusion which comes here. So here they're telling us for the navigation, move window to workspace 1. So what is workspace 1? What is workspace 2? What is workspace 3? If you notice here, the workspace, we have a workspace switcher. If I press it, I have two workspace, 2 by 2 here, workspaces. This is 1, which workspace is 2, which workspace is 6, because I'm shown only 4. I researched a little bit because there is no much documentation, so we need to go to the tweak tool. So if I go to the tweak tool, so there is the workspace switcher, there is a horizontal workspace and there is a vertical workspace, but they don't talk about the naming. Let's say I put here horizontal workspace 50 and this is 2, which is 1, which is 2, how do you count, etc., etc. There is also a confusion and there is no documentation. If you found the documentation, please put them in the comments below, so maybe I will put a more positive feedback on the workspaces. So currently, let's say if I want to change it, 4 workspaces horizontal and 2 vertical workspaces. Okay, I've changed it here. If I look also here, right click, they are the same. Workspace 1 1, workspace 1 2, 2 1 and 2 2. And if I click it, it is the same thing. I like the workspace because you will be like a tiling window manager. You put, let's say, workspace 1, this is to move the window to workspace and to switch to workspace. So with a certain key binding, you can do the same thing that you do with a tiling window manager. But I think the workspace is not working very well. For the screenshot, these are also the default ones. For the sound and media, the same. For the system, if you press Ctrl Alt Delete, you will log out of the system. For the typing, super space, switch to next source, compose. And here we have the windows. And if you notice here, activate the window menu, Alt space. These are the things that they have. There is one thing they did not include, semi-maximize. The semi-maximize, it is not available here. But if you hold the super key, you can notice down here, Control super left or right, semi-maximize the current window. So although it's not available also in up there in the settings, it is available here. So they should have to add it. Maybe I want to change this one, Control super left. Maybe I like super left, the same as Windows, or super right, the same as Windows. But it seems they like to use Control super left and Control super up, Control super down. So these are the things. And of course you can do a custom shortcut as you like. So if I want to check it, if I press Control Alt T, I have this one. If I press Control super right, it will be like this. Control super left, Control super up, and Control super down. It will be like the same one. So let us continue. I already got out. Let us continue with the Unity tweak tool. We have the launcher. The launcher, you can make it as auto hide. You can change some of the things here. For the search, you can blur the background. For the panel, there's many things you can add here. In the calendar, etc. You can remove the calendar. You can include the power here. Up there, the power, etc., etc. For the switcher, I don't know about the switcher and all of these. They made me tired. So this is for the launcher, the search, the switcher, and the additional. Let us look at the general. So here the general, we have zoom in, zoom out. You can put any accelerator you want. Let's say you can put 6 or 7 or any shortcut that you want. For workspace settings, we spoke about it. You have horizontal workspace and vertical workspace. I don't know about it, so you go figure it out. There is the window spread, window snapping. If you want to snap a window on this side or on the other side, you can change it if you want. If you have it on this side, if you notice here, if you put it on this side, it will be right, left. If you put it up, it maximize, it will maximize. That's what we did. And the other one, the desktop icons. We have these desktop icons if you want them to be displayed. If you press the home folder, you have the home folder, or the trash, you can press it here, etc. We have the security and the scrolling. So all in all, Unity is a good distribution, but there's many quirks that need to be resolved by Canonical, and the important thing is to have documentation and fix the ones that need fixing. It is not there yet. They added it as a flavor, but I did not see some improvements, and there's some unanswered questions that need to be answered. I hope I am wrong, because this is my first look at Unity, but there are good things and there are bad things. The good things are the search button, the search here, which has a lot of things, the Unity, and there's a lot of customization. But frankly, there are some things that did not work, especially the workspaces and other things that you saw it with me. I hope I am wrong. I will try again to discover if these things can be are fixable, if there is some documentation. But till then, that's the end of the video, and we will see you in another one. Thank you.